Hello everybody, Jackson here from the Wolf Squad. Today we'll be talking about how to invest with $100 in the stock market. Now $100 may not seem like that much, but the lesson you gain and the knowledge you gain from that $100 is worth so much more. Even if you do lose money or make a couple bucks, you're not really going for a financial gain here. You're going for an understanding of how the stock market works. So when you have $100 to invest and you want to invest it, you have to open a brokerage account. Now, this isn't as big of a decision as it seems, right? It doesn't matter what brokerage you choose because you can just choose another one if you don't like it. But it's better to start and choose now rather than down the line when you have real money to invest and you're still uncertain, right? It's better to get an understanding now. So choose whatever. If you're more serious about it, go for, the more serious applications like TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Fidelity. With your $100, I'd start out with Robinhood or Webull, just because it's more of a simpler application and it's on the phone mainly. So you're going to learn a lot just from doing that rather than going through the loopholes starting a brokerage from TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Fidelity. So that's what I recommend. Next, of course, is you have to find stocks to watch. Now, building a watch list is all about finding companies that you think are undervalued. But if you don't know how to do that yet, simply add companies that you use and enjoy, right? If you have, let's say, a Ford car, then add Ford if you like your car. If you're wearing Nikes on your feet right now, then add some Nike. Anything else really works. It's just depending on if that company is public and if you could add to your watch list, which you should be able to. So next is finding out how they're valued, right? So Apple stock, what's your phone? If it's Apple, then add Apple. But if Apple stock is there, then it's valued at like 20 times earnings. That just means if Apple earns $1 in profit, then it would be worth $20, the stock would be. So find out how it's valued, right? I'm sure Nike is valued pretty high. Apple's valued relatively low. And then watch it from there, right? If you don't know what the PEG ratio is, I was talking about price to earnings, PE ratio, but a real basic tell to incorporate growth into it as well as the PEG ratio, which we have talked about that here. So go watch that video. But that's a real basic tell, under 1 is good, above 1 is alarming, right? Maybe you shouldn't buy in, but there's more to it than that. So go watch that video. Third is buying on a dip. Now with not much research, you may lose some money, but that's all right because all you're doing with this $100 is learning how to invest, and actually learning how to buy a stock, how to sell a stock, and watching it perform. But another important thing that is not much talked about is how you feel holding the stock. Do you feel comfortable holding it, or do you feel kind of scared? When I take a position in a company, usually I take, a couple of shares and I see how I feel, right? If I'm checking on it every day or multiple times a day, of course, I'm not too confident in how it's going to perform. But if I check in it once or twice a week, then I'll be much, I know I'm much more comfortable holding that stock. So just ask yourself how you feel holding that company. And like I said, this video is not much about how to make the most out of $100. It's more like how to start with $100 because the hardest part is starting. If you could go from knowing nothing to owning, a part of a company in a couple days, then you're way ahead of the competition. Even if you lose a couple dollars, that's just the price of knowledge, right? The price of learning and understanding. But after you learn more, then it is time to put some more money in and do some more research. And that way you can protect your capital and grow it at the same time. But until then, get an understanding of how the market works, learn how stocks move, learn how you feel holding stocks. And that way you'll be much, much more prepared when the time comes to actually put in real money. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Please hit the like button and wait for videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And yeah, I'll see you then.